Alright guys, hi. This is the second video I will be posting on my channel as a lot of my students asked for it. So for those who don't know me, my nickname is Cici just because my French name is hard to pronounce, so that is the only way I found to be called. Especially when I travel in English-speaking countries or in foreign countries, it's easier for them. So for those who don't know me, I'm an English teacher in a French high school next to Lyon that is called Saint Joseph School. And by the way, I say hi to all of my students if ever they come to watch me. In fact, the purpose of this channel is to make sure that they improve their English if ever once again they happen to watch my videos, and also to kind of mix my passions with my job, sort of, just because I'm an English teacher in middle school and in high school, and I love English. So probably there will be mistakes, probably there will be unclear sentences, and I apologize in advance, but I guess it's part of the game. It's not my mother tongue. The only thing that I can say is that I created this channel to mix my passions, my various passions, which are makeup, cats, well, animals generally speaking, nature, and all types of subjects, because we only have one life, and I think that everything is interesting and is worth being lived. So the reason why, once again, I'm speaking in English is because I love English, and a lot of girls do their YouTube channels in French since they're French. My goal is not to make the difference, but to make sure that if you watch my videos, then you will improve your English listening to me with the couple of mistakes that I make, and but also learn new vocabulary, as at the end of the videos there's always a vocabulary section where you can learn new vocabulary in relationship with the content of my videos. So the next video to come will be about cats and how to take care of them, with my little experience, but just with what I know. And but for this video, it will be about my trip to LA. In fact, with my school, Saint Joseph School, once again next to Lyon in France, we have a partnership with Notre Dame High School in Los Angeles, California. And we actually, we've been there for 2 weeks, and they came in our school for 1 week. What else to say, except that this trip was amazing, unforgettable. We've done so many things. I've been through so many things, things that I didn't know, things that I didn't think would happen. California is very nice, very warm, probably too warm for the Americans, but when you're coming from France or from Lyon, having a very warm winter is very pleasant. The population is very nice, very welcoming, very friendly. You don't even need to ask for anything. They are coming and asking if you need any help. So that's really, really pleasant. Coming back to France after that is really hard, especially when you live next to a big city like Lyon. If you're ever lost there, you can find some warm and welcoming souls, but it's not that common. So usually you should just go and handle yourself. And if you need any help, you really need to be lucky. So this is it for the moment. Probably come back after the editing just to explain a couple of things. Probably the differences between LA and between Lyon, and between probably the American and the French customs. knowing that I know California is definitely not representative from America. It's just a state, and then you can always find different people in one community, like California. You have good and bad people. One last thing before I finish this small presentation, I record myself with a Samsung S7. I know for some of you it might be a dinosaur, but it's a voluntary choice. I do not want to take a professional camera or anything, because I feel like anyone should record themselves the way they want. And as for me, I want to show the students or even youngsters that you can record yourself and say nice or interesting things, even with common device, like everyday device. All right, so hope you will enjoy this editing of LA, and I might come back afterwards for a little more explanation. So when I was in LA, we made sure, well, the family we were in with my workmate made sure that we were trying every single American stuff, and we were going to restaurants that were not necessarily American, but that was original and diverse. And so we went to Chinese restaurants, we went to Mexican restaurants, to a lot of different restaurants to make sure we were trying as many things as possible. And I have to say, I've tried a lot of things that I
never tasted, especially Mexican stuff. I'm not really into spicy stuff, and I have to say that it had a very, very strong reaction on me. This this journey was memorable in the fact that I had a wonderful family I was in that hosted me, and I had also very, very nice students that were with me. I've never had any troubles with them. I could trust them so badly. I was not scared that they would do some nasty things in my bag, or I really could trust them, and I'm really thankful for that. The promotion, the group of students I was in charge of was just super nice and really obedient. And I could leave them some free time because they were old enough to be left alone for a while, even in groups. And they were, for most of them, happy for everything I could propose them. I had never set a foot in California, in Los Angeles, and I just organized this trip with the few information I had about this place. It was not a perfect trip. It was just a first time trip, but I have to say that I did my best, and I think that the students and the parents were really happy about it. So that's all that matters. And I'll just take my mistakes as a lesson, and I'll make sure not to repeat that again for the next trip I'll organize. But yeah, I'm very satisfied about it, and I hope the students too. For the few students I asked, well, I think they pretty much liked it. The school, I could tell you about the school. So the school was very welcoming, but I think that my partner in crime, the teacher who was my partner, was also very efficient. So Christine organized pretty much everything, and she was in charge of putting the posters or motivating the students. They made some sweaters for us. Everyone was so welcoming, and even students who had no correspondence were asking the French students to be in their class. They were also asking to take them for lunch, even though they didn't know them. What else could I say? For Valentine's Day, I had a couple of students bringing me some chocolates. Even girls, it was not a big deal. It's pretty much not the same as in France. And also something memorable for birthdays. There, people who had their birthday would have balloons, like very special balloons that they were offered by their friends, and basically they would just hold those balloons on their back and walking with it all day long so that everyone would know that it was their birthday. And I thought it was pretty crazy. Some teachers told me that it was also crazy in class because if they were sitting in the front, then the students in the back could not see anything on the board. But I thought it was a very nice concept. I'm pretty sure it won't be adopted in my school, but I thought it was a very, very nice and a very cute concept. So to come back on their schedule is way lighter than in France. They actually have 2 or 3 classes per day, but they last 1 hour and a half. And after that, they have activities like sports. Sports is very popular in the US, and you have a lot of choices. You can swim, you can run, you can play beach volley. You can do a lot of things, and really practicing sports is about showing your skills, and it's really about showing how strong you can be and how talented you can be. You can also practice instruments, you can also sing. There are a lot of things that are organized, and also there's a special time when you can see your teachers one-on-one. and just ask questions. It's really like an individual time where you can talk with your teacher, and if ever you have problems in the subject, then you can remedy to it. So I think it's very really relevant and really shrewd to organize that. What else can I say? Everything is bigger. LA doesn't have a lot of buildings, only in the city center. It's more about houses. And also another thing, it's about the food. Everything is way, way, way bigger than in France. What you get in your plate is really, really major compared to what you get in France, and the price is not that expensive. Whenever you have some Coke or any juice in your glass, they keep on giving some to you, filling your glass. That is why they're so much into the tips. They actually are not paid. Like the employees are not paid, especially people giving you food, and they get money from the tips you give them. So they have to be nice and make sure that you're satisfied with their service. But that is something that is very striking, especially when you're French, having your glass constantly full. So unusual. Just found out how my phone is working. Oh my god. Okay. There is a problem that I do have when I come back from trips in foreign countries, and I think it's something that a lot of people share. Well, I think I actually don't know, but I hope I'm not the only one. France has always been a country that I liked for food, also because I love the language. And okay, just checking, my cat is still here. See, she's right there. See here, right there. She's laying. She's been walking again and again in the garden. So basically, every time I've done a trip, I've always come back being jet lagged, but not only because of the time, also because of the culture, and always in favor of the foreign country. When people say that French people are cold, not welcoming, of course you can't say everyone is like that, but it's a fact. A lot of people is like that. Even in the countryside, you have the typical mentality of the countryside, which is, I'm not saying hello to someone that I don't know. It's pretty much the same as in the city. And I've been to England, I've been to Ireland, I've been to New York, to Los Angeles, and it's really something that I didn't find there. I have a long time ahead of me, and I'm pretty sure that I will travel. I hope I will travel in different countries, like Asian ones or African ones. But oh, she saw a butterfly. She saw a butterfly. Shh. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry about that. Where was I again? Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it will never be like France, because France is part of Europe, and Europe is a vast territory. But still, you have some places that are not similar to that we're in. So England and Ireland are not part of Europe anymore. Well, the Republic of Ireland is, but anyways, it's something that I've always thought about France, even though I'm from France. And there are a lot of things that I don't like about French people, including being judgmental and criticizing and complaining all the bloody time. And there is one difficulty when I come back. It's that I know from the moment that I have to show my ID that I'm coming back in a place where my family lives, but in terms of mentality, we're not there. So I always have this moment when I wish I was not here, but because of my family, I'm happy to be here still. That's a very strange feeling to be torn, kind of torn, I have to say. But it's life, it's where I live, and it's where my family is. But yeah, I think I'm not the only one to go through this. And the shock is hard because I know deep inside me how people here are. But I don't know, I just don't want to think about it too much. But as soon as I'm talking to someone or I see something that is not, like that is typically French, I'm just thinking, what am I doing here? What the hell am I doing here? So I'm lucky, I have a nice family. Everyone is still alive. And I have a very nice boyfriend. That's really my motivation to stay here. But sometimes you have to be objective about your culture. And knowing the inconvenience about your culture doesn't make you a traitor or a fool. You're just objective. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope that my remarks whatsoever helped you. And next video I'll be making probably will show you what I bought lately or the things that I like using. More of a beauty video, probably in French, because it will be about shops or things that are from France, and it will be, I think, more relevant to be in French. But I will be putting some vocabulary at the bottom of the screen to make sure that you guys learn out of my videos. And I will try to do some more videos during the holidays. It's not that simple. Really not that simple. Alright, so until then, stay safe and take care of yourself.